Hey, how's it going? Dave 2D here. So today we're gonna be talking about the new MacBook Air. The original MacBook Air from like 08, 09 was a device that I think really shaped the industry. It was the first thin and light computer out there that had a good keyboard, a good trackpad, and was like a good overall experience in a really portable package. I really think it just redefined what laptops could and should do. And when this thing came out, the old one, when it came out, I remember it was a time period where people would ask me, what computer should I get? Just family, friends. And even though I didn't like Mac OS at the time, I would say that there's a computer out there called the MacBook Air that if you're not dead set on Windows, I highly recommend this device because for a lot of people, once you get used to Mac OS, you will really like the computer overall. And I sent a lot of family and friends down that road. I kind of regret it because a lot of them ended up getting stuck in the Apple ecosystem. It was probably my fault, but it was a really good device. It was so easy to recommend. Fast forward 9-10 years later, the new MacBook Air. Now this is a device that is quite different from the old one. It has the same name, and I think a lot of people had this preconceived notion that it should once again be this entry-level base model MacBook that should be relatively affordable, and it kind of isn't at $1,200. So I'm just going to talk about the hardware real quick. It is a great laptop. It's expensive, but the build quality is excellent. It's on par with any of the new MacBooks from the last couple of years, and you wouldn't be able to tell that it's actually made from recycled aluminum. It's got Touch ID controlled by the T2 chip on the inside. It has 2 Thunderbolt 3 ports, and on that note, if you're trying to decide between the 12-inch MacBook and the 13-inch MacBook Air, I highly recommend the MacBook Air over the 12-inch just because of that extra port. The single port on the 12-inch MacBook, I keep pointing over there because I'm using it to record the audio, but the single port on that machine is limiting for a lot of people. So if you can, my vote goes to the MacBook Air. The performance on it is really good. It's actually better than I thought it would be. So this is running a Y processor, and normally Y processors run without fans and stuff like that. Turns out they are running a fan on the MacBook Air, and the presence of that fan changes what this processor can do. So normally on a Y processor, you can only run boost clock for a little bit of time, gets hot, drops back down. Because of this fan, you're able to maintain that boost clock, and because it has a fan, it is audible when you push it hard enough, but it performs quite well, and the storage is also fast. The screen is finally Retina. It's nice and sharp, but it's dimmer than I expected it would be from a MacBook, and maybe we've been spoiled with a lot of really bright screens from MacBooks, but even the 12-inch MacBook has a brighter screen than the MacBook Air, which is a little bit strange. The colors are good, it's just that the brightness is not as bright as I was hoping it to be. The keyboard is as expected. It's got butterfly switches, and it really is a keyboard that if you were forced to use, like if you were not allowed to use any other keyboard and you were forced to use the Apple butterfly switch keyboard, I think most people will get used to it and learn to like it. It's just that initial learning curve can be steep for some people that are coming from completely different types of keyboards. The trackpad is also great, uses Force Touch, and I'd consider Apple to be the leaders in the whole laptop industry when it comes to trackpads and stuff like that. The speakers are also quite impressive. I've kind of grown to expect really good speakers from Apple products, and this does not disappoint. And battery life, also strong as expected. It's running a Y processor, so nothing too demanding. I'm able to get 8.5 hours, screen at 250 nits. So this is kind of like in the middle of the pack when it comes to industry for thin and light Ultrabooks. It's not super long. If you're expecting like a crazy long battery life, you're not gonna get that. I think the high resolution screen uses a lot more power than you would expect, but a solid full day battery on the MacBook Air. Now, so far, the product seems very good, right? I mean, there's nothing I really have to complain about it except for the price. And this is where I want to spend the majority of this video. This is a $1,200 device, and there's nothing inherently wrong with a $1,200 laptop, right? Lots of different companies sell $1,200 laptops, but it's the fact that this is the cheapest laptop that Apple sells that you can get into the Apple ecosystem, at least the modern laptop. They still sell this ancient relic of a device, which they shouldn't anymore, but if you want a current Apple MacBook, this is the cheapest one, and that is a problem because on the market right now in 2018, times are different. It's no longer 2008 or 2009. There are so many companies out there that are making really good thin and light laptops that have great keyboards, great trackpads, great screens. Every single one on this table is excellent. The 13-inch ZenBook from Asus with the light-up number pad, the Razer Blade Stealth, the XPS 13, the Surface Laptop 2, the Surface Pro for people who want 2-in-1 capabilities. There are a lot of really good options on the market right now in 2018 that this device, the MacBook Air, is no longer this magical device that I can just openly recommend to people. Now here's the thing. The reason why they can sell this device, the reason why they can make a $1,200 entry model laptop is that right now, in this day and age, there are so many people who actively seek Mac OS as their primary choice. There's so many people that love Mac OS. I'm one of them, who prefers macOS over Windows. So they are going to sell this easily. It doesn't matter if competitors have better hardware or if they're priced better. It almost doesn't even matter that the MacBook Air is not a particularly good value. What does matter is that it has Mac OS. And I think for a lot of people, that's what they're looking for. That's all they're looking for. Now, if you're in the market for any kind of Ultrabook and operating system is not like a thing that you really care about, I would not recommend the MacBook Air. You can get any one of these other Windows laptops and you're guaranteed to have better value for your money. But if you're looking for Mac OS, or if you prefer Mac OS, this is it. This is the one that you have to get because Apple forced this product onto us. It's a great product. It's expensive, but it's a great product. It's just unfortunate that it's the only one we can pick from at this point. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thumbs if you liked it, subs if you loved it. See you guys next time.